love this t-shirt, but the style of the shirt just isn't really doing it for me. I absolutely love the band Hole. Especially the Live Through This album is one of my absolute favorites.
I want to be the girl with the most cake.
The problem is, it's just kind of like bleh looking, you know, like it's not very exciting. This is, I think, a unisex t-shirt. I got it from Hot Topic like a year ago. I don't like how long the sleeves are. I don't like the length of it. I think it's a little bit too long. It's just not really doing it for me. So I'm going to DIY this into something that I would actually wear so that I can get a little bit more use out of this t-shirt, because I've had it for about a year and this is the second time I've ever worn it. So let's go ahead and cut it up and let's see what we come up with. So the first thing is that it's too long. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut the seam here to make it into a crop top. Okay, so the first thing you need is some very, very sharp scissors. I would not recommend just using any old scissors because this is fabric. These are some Xylus ones, which are actually my kitchen scissors. They're not the best, but I don't actually have any fabric scissors at this time, so this will work. So you could be really, really official about it and get out a measuring tape and kind of divide this perfectly. I'm not gonna bother with that. I'm just gonna kind of eyeball it. I want the center seam to come from about here, so I will just sort of drag my scissors down, creating a line in the fabric that is not permanent. And then I will cut it from the bottom up, and I will cut it conservatively at first. So I'm not gonna cut it all the way up to the print because I don't think that I'm gonna want that much of it cut. So I'm gonna give it about an 8-inch cut there. Now I'll be able to go ahead and tie that up. So that's a pretty simple thing. It's really easy to turn something like this into a really cute crop top by just cutting it open in the front like that. So that part was pretty easy. Then my next plan of action is to make fringe out of these sleeves. Because this is a unisex t-shirt, the actual seam for the sleeve comes down a little bit further, so it's going to end up looking like a cap sleeve with fringe. At least that's the plan. So the first thing that I'm going to do is cut this open so that I can hold the fabric a little bit more steady. So I will take my scissors, and I'm doing this just behind the shoulder seam. I'm not doing it very tidy. And I will cut it pretty much right up to the seam here. So by cutting this open, it makes it a little bit easier to hold the fabric. And then we'll see that this will have an angle and it'll go up. So I'm gonna start here because it's most important that these ones are straight versus the ones that are down here by the armpit. Cut off some of the mess. Okay, cool. And we're gonna be making these about a 1/2 inch thick. You don't have to make it super straight. And then once you get done cutting it, you want to pull it. This is going to give it a skinny look. It'll make it a bit longer as well. Pull it, let it go. So sometimes because like the way that this is cut, there's a wider bit of fabric here and it's narrower here. So what you will do sometimes is actually start out with more of like a 1/4 of an inch and let it get thicker as you go up. Pull it, set it off to the side. You don't have to worry about getting the lines super straight, super perfect. It's okay if it's a little messy. Oops. Sometimes this does happen, so be careful that you don't yank too hard. So this is where we're at right now, and I think the sleeves are just a little bit too long because of course they've been stretched out, but I like the skinny fringe look. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is cut off about 2 or 3 inches. So that way I get a good feel for it. But what I'm gonna do is tie them off at the end so that they won't fray. I basically just eyeballed it. So I'll take the top ones, these are the ones I want to be the longest, and I'm still gonna cut off a couple of inches of length. So I'll go ahead and do a little tie, like that. Cut it off just under the tie, so it's almost like a little ball on the end there, which will add a little bit of weight to the fringe. And it's perfectly fine if they don't go in a perfectly even row. You don't have to make them super straight. You do not have to make them even. You can even go long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short. So I'm gonna make this one a bit shorter. This one's actually from the back side. Here it is, the finished t-shirt. I actually went ahead and ripped. I decided not to do anything to the neckline because it just kind of keeps it a little bit more put together and that way it doesn't fall apart in the wash. Now at the end, you're gonna have a lot of little scraps and stuff. Now this probably goes without saying for anyone who's a parent or a pet parent, make sure you find all the little bits of this because you don't want your babies to choke on this. So yeah, I now need to vacuum up my carpet. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. This is a lot of fun for me to do for you. If you like this video, let me know by giving me a thumbs up. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Cora Diane. Remember to be kind to yourself and others. See you later. Bye.